We're keeping an eye on the flooding and updating you about the evacuation notice in Newaygo County. And that's where we find Third Tenure Side's Micah Cho. He is south of the CROTON Dam area. That is where officials have urged people to evacuate because of those rising flood levels. Let's get right on over to Micah. What can you tell us and what do you see out there?
Yeah, so we're off South Maple Island Road, kind of in the Twin Lake area, and right over here to the side of me is the Maple Island grocery store. Now, we came here around 12 o'clock today. There was no water in the stores when I went and I talked to some of the people that were working here, so we don't know what that looks like right now on the inside of it. But obviously, as you can see, the entire store is surrounded by water. Now, I did some measuring off of Google Earth, so my calculations might be a little off, but it looks like from the bank of the river over there, of the Muskegon River, to the road is about 145 yards. So, Colin, I don't know if you can kind of focus in on that red board there with those, looks like 2 poles. Now, that is the riverbank. That red board there is some sort of sign that says this is the Maple Island grocery store, according to some neighbors that we talked to, so that tubers, kayakers, they know that where they are, so they can kind of come out and do some shopping at the grocery store here. So that just kind of shows you the depth, or just how much water has been coming off of the river. Now, the entire side of this road here, we have front yards, we have backyards flooded. I don't know if you saw when we were pointing over the river, there was that house over there, or that structure there too. Looks like most of that foundation is underwater. I'm curious to see if there's any water in their basements there. But we've been seeing people evacuate throughout the entire day. We even talked to a gentleman who he bought a kayak recently, so that if he does have to get to his home, right now it's not underwater, but if it does get underwater, he can come and go as needed. But as I was saying, this entire side of the road is covered in water. The other side is not. That's where that gentleman lives, maybe a half mile away. We also talked to his neighbor earlier today. Here's some of what they have to say about how their homes are doing on the other side of the road.
Just got to get organized. You know, it happened so fast. This happened in 2014, and when it did, we had a little more time. We had about 3-4 days. We got about 24 hours this time, and we're already 12 into it. You know, so it's just like we're going to see how this accumulates.
Now, we saw the Maple Island grocery store. I wanted to show these houses over here to the side of it real quick before we go. The entire front yards over here and the backyards, obviously, these are all covered in water. I'm curious to know how deep it is. And then down here as well, there's that bridge over to the right as you are going down the road. That also travels along the Muskegon River. There's about 2 spots over there where water has been starting to encroach on the roads. You'll see if you come down this way, you'll see that there are road closed signs because of that. And there are more roads that are starting to have the water encroach on them as well. And we'll continue to keep our eyes on this. For now, in Twin Lake, I'm Micah Cho for 13 on your side.